Good afternoon and welcome back. The vast majority of New Yorkers say corruption is a serious problem in state government. That's according to a new poll from the Siena Research Institute. And joining us live from Albany this afternoon, Siena pollster Stephen Greenberg. Stephen, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
It's great to be with you.
All right, so let's start off. 91%. That's a pretty high number.
It's an incredibly high number, but what makes it even more amazing, to me at least, is that when we ask voters, do you think, how serious a problem do you think corruption is among state legislators from your area, 60% said that that's a serious problem as well. So, I mean, it always has been hate the legislature, love my legislators. Well, 60% of New Yorkers think that corruption is a problem with their local legislators.
And it's a pretty mixed bag when it comes to corruption?
Well, no. I mean, in terms of corruption, voters are overwhelmingly concerned about it. But there's a mixed bag when it comes to the governor's ethics proposal, his ethics reform proposal that he's put forward. 51% of voters, a bare majority, think that the governor's ethics reform proposal will actually reduce corruption in state government. 44% think it'll have little or no effect. But when we asked voters, what is more important to you, getting an on-time state budget or having the governor's ethics reform package passed, even if it means that the budget will be late? A majority, 53%, say an on-time budget is more important to them. 37% said getting the governor's ethics reform package is more important.
And what are voters saying about the governor's plan calling for more outside pay disclosures? How do those numbers work?
Well, right now, voters are not happy with the way the legislature is. They would rather see a full-time legislature than the current system, as long as a full-time legislature banned outside employment. But when given the choice between a full-time legislature that bans outside employment or a part-time legislature as we have now, with full disclosure of legislators' outside income, how much they make, who it comes from, what they do to get that money, a strong majority, 60% of voters, say they'd prefer to keep the legislature part-time rather than move to full-time. And if we move to full-time, voters still oppose the notion of a pay raise for state legislators.
Really? And Stephen, I just have one quick last question. Just the results of this poll, you being an expert in this field, did this surprise you at all or no?
Well, there's always something that surprises me. The issue that surprised me most in this poll was that voters say they side with the teachers' unions over Governor Cuomo in the war of words that's going on right now between the governor and the teachers' union over a variety of education issues.
All right, Stephen, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.